Yo, 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 what's up, you guys? This is Andrea 3 Stacks, and you're tuned into a new episode of Overly Conversated on the Delicious Vinyl Station, powered by Dash Radio. And today, we are back, guys. Man, it's been so long. We're finally going to be recounting our favorite albums of 2019.
Yes,
so let's introduce everybody in the building.
Do I go first? Oh, I don't. Look, it's been a minute, all right? Yo, it's your boy, Santino McNaughton, a.k.a. Speedboat Tino, a.k.a. Paisa Spice, a.k.a. you know who the fuck it be. I've been the one since day one. And to my left, let them know who you are, Vic.
He got all new nicknames, you guys. Mine are definitely the same. Anyways, it's Victoria, Victron, V12, Lady V. We in here.
Niggas get new studio and just come up with new names. Jeez.
Oh, do you see the earring? Come on with new energy.
What is this earring? Explain this piece.
My grandma made it in Mexico.
Your grandma made it in Mexico? Is this a true story?
He just lied about moving to
I
New
visited
York
her-
before we started.
No, when I was out the country and I was like completely MIA for a week and a half, I was in the countryside of Mexico staying with family I've like never met.
This dude was in Apple Valley.
Antelope Valley.
What the fuck is Apple Valley?
That's far. That's like
Anyways, Rick,
Anyways,
please introduce
let's get into
yourself.
it.
It's Rick R33KZ. You already know what it is, man. Happy to be back. What's good?
Yay.
It's everybody. Wait, and we have Drolix on the board.
Oh yeah, we got Drolix on the
DJ
board.
Drolix.
Rolex. Okay.
Now that's
And
everybody.
shout out the homie Dilan. He came through last minute. He didn't have to do this. Big shout out, bro.
All right, this is the longest shout out ever. We didn't have time. What albums were you fucking with this year?
All right, so we're gonna be
Go
doing.
first.
Yeah,
we'd go down the list. What you got, Andrea? Top
You
10.
already know.
Yo, did she
Off
even mention
top,
we was doing
Igor
album of the
is at
year?
the top of my list. I'm
Oh,
so
I didn't hear her say-
predictable.
Oh, yeah, I think she did. 2019.
What?
Oh, okay. I said
We're
you
good.
mentioned that you did. We're doing albums of the year, right?
Yeah, and this is
Oh.
mad late.
No, we're doing the. Oh, wait.
No, I'm saying I
No,
I didn't
like
hear you
on
say
air.
it, but
I
you-
said that shit.
No, you good.
So,
you good. Start
I
your
am
album.
saying that Igor is definitely up here. Once again, one of T's greatest concept albums. It's just like a solid piece, rich production all the way through. Brings a tear in my eye. Like, did you guys see the Grammys?
Yeah.
Because
that
shit was phenomenal. Even my parents were like, we watched his performance again. Like, that shit was so fire.
Her parents have met Tyler, by the
Yes.
way.
We introduced.
It's a family affair.
You said a family affair.
No, it was he killed that shit. Phenomenal album. But I agree, it wasn't urban. It's more of like a pop R&B. It has so many different elements to it. So it's just like genre bending. Why are you just categorizing it as a rap album? What, it was like 33% raps on there or something like that? I looked
didn't
at the
count,
stat.
but-
Punch the
You know
numbers?
hip hop by the numbers. I can't remember the exact stat. But yeah, shout out to him. Finally a Grammy Award winning album. Super fire. Okay, I still have Crash Talk on my list because I still play that shit in my
It's a
car.
great album. People be hating.
I knew you were gonna make that face, but I still fuck with it.
It wasn't a bad album. It wasn't my top 10. It was more so like.
He got that
like
Meryl
top-
Streep look again.
He did the pucker. He always does the
Miranda.
pucker
What's
face
her
when he
name?
doesn't really
Miranda?
like it.
It was like top 30.
New
It's
Year,
not
same
30.
Tino.
I don't even think I listened
New Year,
to
same
30
Savage.
albums.
Same.
New names. That ain't changed nothing.
It's just it goes every time like I'm in my car and I wanna like hear some fire bass lines or like rapidy raps.
Who produced on that album?
Who did produce on that album?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. I
Probably
feel
some of
sad.
the
I feel
TDE.
like
Did Soundwave
probably-
do some
yeah,
of
I
it?
know
Soundwave.
Soundwave always do.
The
Trying to
usual
think if he got
suspects.
anybody.
Definitely
Terrace?
mixed by.
Nah, not Terrace.
Mixed by Ali, yeah.
album.
Floating is like, that might be my song of last year.
Floating.
It just went
So
so
good.
hard and like, I don't know. That was good.
You didn't like floating?
No, it's just that I didn't go back to it like that to know it to be like, yeah, you know, that's not.
Floating?
I actually didn't hate Crash Talk, but I didn't really listen to it.
Yeah,
so
it's not an album I hated.
I don't have
Just
nothing.
revisit it.
I just don't have nothing to say about it because I didn't really tap into it
Like
like
I
that.
said.
Then don't say anything. Okay.
It's like
The
top
next
30.
one
Moving
was Bandana.
Oh
That
yeah,
was good.
everybody likes that album.
That was a good
You
album.
don't?
I didn't say it.
You said everybody.
He said everybody like you weren't included in it.
I didn't. No, I didn't say it was bad. It was cool.
Push T on there is too far.
I didn't
Dude,
have it on
dude,
repeat
that was
either.
Like, honestly,
but
that was like one of
you
my
know,
favorite verses of the year.
I was
Push-
gonna say that.
That was like one of my favorite verses of the
That
year.
shit was so
definitely
hard.
Pusha T's verse. That shit is just so raw and like that opening line is like The scars on my body are the only proof he couldn't kill gods. That just like off the bat, like he's already bodying the verse.
He's a beast, man.
But no, yeah, that one was fire.
Madlib production, please forget about
Didn't
it.
he do it all like on an iPad or something?
Yeah,
That's what I
he
heard.
did No More Parties in LA on an iPad actually.
Deadass?
Dead ass. That's why I wasn't surprised when
He's really
they
moved to
said
New
that
York.
about this album. Like
He's a goat for a reason.
That's a fact. That was a good album. I feel like, same statement I said last time. This is like Freddie's best album in terms of rapping because the entire album, because like with Bandana Part 1 or with Piñata, there was a lot of features. It was very feature heavy, but that's not going to say like that they were very complementary with one another. Like Freddie never got washed or anything like that. But with this album, the features were very minimal. Like Killer Mike was on it, but he just did the hook.
Yeah.
And he held down the entirety of the album, and that's why I think I continuously say he really like showed out in terms of rapping. Madlib on Piñata, he showed out on the production like crazy. But this one, it was like Freddie really like showed, like they both did a great job.
But he got to showcase his own shit.
Yeah,
his
exactly.
bars.
His bars, just cold-blooded. Oh my God. I don't
So
walk
bad.
through hell in these size 12s. Like that is my favorite song. People don't talk about that song enough. Fake Names, hard.
Fake names.
Hard.
Like Santino's new name.
Wow, she called him
Damn.
out.
All right, Vic. I see you, bro.
It's too
New
easy.
year,
I
new
let you
Vic.
borrow the cash balls. The
Still
things I
savage.
get.
Sorry. Thank you for the cash ball.
Then I put Danny Brown's, you know what I'm saying? Because the fucking God Q-Tip produced on that shit. And I think it was overlooked. Like, Danny Brown is truly an artist. He's always evolving. His sound is always changing. It's fucking weird. People either like it or they don't, but I gravitate towards that. You always know I like unconventional beats and shit. So I thought it was pretty solid. And that video was tight, too.
Which one?
Why can't I remember the name? But he's like in the car and he's like wilding out and shit.
I don't think I saw that one.
It was like the first single.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking
know
about.
what
He's like
I'm
in the
talking
laundromat
about,
and
yeah.
shit, and he got the fat suit on. That shit was jokes.
tight.
That shit was hilarious.
He's always
I don't know what these
dope.
niggas
No,
is talking about.
I love this album because he
We'll
really
talk
matured on this
about-
album. Like I feel like this is where it's like, because I've been following him since like the not triple.
They went and
X,
watched it together without us.
what
Like
was
when he was with TDE.
I hope this shows up on
Like,
What was
audio.
Danny Brown's first tape? The one with the Hot Soup. Hot Soup. That's when I discovered Danny Brown was Hot Soup, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. This is off the wall, and it just went from like some super energetic like mosh pit shit, and he just like evolved to like this I have a weird voice, and I'm gonna spit like some bars over this shit. Like what do you say? He said your shit weak like Derrick Rose knees.
Ooh.
Ouch.
What the fuck?
That's mean, bro.
That's
That shit was hard. I
That's
was
mean.
shook.
That's pretty tight.
Snap.
But yeah, he's fearless. He does whatever the fuck he wants, and it kind of reminds me of the next album I really like, which was JPEG's. Because JPEG, I feel, really matured in his sound too. Like it's so extremely different than Veteran. It's just like totally 360. I love Grimy Waifu. Like that beat is so tight to me, and the little like outro part at the end, I love that.
The chord
shit.
switch up,
Yeah,
that shit, yes.
I love that shit. It was just out the box, and it's good to see him finally getting recognition too. Like he was tweeting the other day, he was like, "Who wants beats?" And Earl fucking wrote back.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh
That's
shit!" Like
cool.
he's really doing
Got a
big
little
things now.
cosign.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who else said something. Oh, Most Def.
What?
Put him on his list. Like they were like, "Who are you listening to right now?" And Most Def fucking said.
That's
Yeah.
He
big
listens to
deal.
JPEG as well.
I can see him saying that.
Charlemagne said it too. He said he was listening.
The
He
JPEG.
was
Charlamagne
talking
the
with Joe Budden. Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, but he called the name wrong. He called it "All My Friends Are Cornballs." And
All my heroes are
Oh.
cornballs.
that's what Charlemagne the God said. Called
That's
it.
okay.
And Joe
He's
Budden was like,
learning.
"I like
Same
the name
thing.
of that album." He's like, "I ain't heard it, but I need to."
Oh, man.
It's pretty tight. You already know our history if you've heard the other episodes of us, but yeah, we really fuck with him. And
Did y'all listen to that album?
I haven't.
Okay, I didn't take time to do that. Sorry.
It's a
you
good
hate
album.
to hear
I
it.
know.
It's a solid album, but no,
I'll
yeah,
probably
like you
put
said, it's
testing
dope
on
to see
again.
his evolution.
I'm
Maxo
dead, bro.
Cream doesn't get enough
Ooh,
love.
Maxo Cream.
Maxo is on
He had
my
a big
list,
year
the
this
Brandon
year.
Banks album. He didn't need the features, but it's sick that he got the features. He had like Meg, He had
Schoolboy.
Q's on there. Travis Scott.
Mhm.
He's from Houston.
There's
He
some
reps
heavy hitters
hard,
on
and
there.
that shit. The production.
Creator the
is
Dope was
sick.
like so, just the storytelling on there, and like I don't know, it's a great album.
I saw you
Yeah,
had it
the
on your list
Zaytoven,
too.
yeah.
On the 25
I
Days of
think- yeah.
Victor's. What did
Yeah, I'll
you
get into that.
What did you like about it?
I think just it was like Houston, but it was like new Houston too. Like Travis Scott is new Houston, but he kind of evolved it a lot. Like with Exo Cream, he still has that
Underground
traditional,
gritty.
yeah, underground gritty. But then I think he had a song with Zaytoven on there,
I think you're right.
and he had, I don't know, he's kind of very relevant in Houston, and even like he's a Crip and he has his little like wheelchair chain that he wears around. I don't know, he's just like I don't know, he just like is very himself, and I think he does a good
Authentic.
job. Authentic,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just
Very
he's
authentic.
easy to root for.
He's tight. I agree. Overlooked. I feel like I've been listening to him for a while, like a few years, and no one's mentioned him, but I think he's gonna finally like blow up soon. He's sick. And then I put Little Brother
That
because
was a
their
good
return was
album.
very.
I didn't even listen to that album.
Why not? Did you ever hear
It
the
kind
old
of
shit,
went
the
under
minstrel
the
show?
radar.
You see,
You see, no, you need to see. You need to go back and listen to that shit if you have
Santino,
not.
you of all
were
people
YouTube up.
listen to
Yeah,
everything.
I'm surprised that he hasn't listened to Little Brother.
no, I know Little Brother. It's just that I wasn't crazy about the first album either.
What?
I'm glad he didn't listen to it because it just shows how much music is out there.
It's true.
Oh.
I haven't
Like,
listened to a
hard
lot
to
of
keep
things
up.
either.
Yeah. It's
So
a
I'm
lot of
probably,
music.
I'm ruling some stuff out that I shouldn't be. I haven't even listened
But
to
we
Meg's
have our
album.
own, yeah,
I'm so
we each have
sad.
our own tastes and like
Yeah,
what we're
we have
interested
different
in.
priority lists.
Yeah.
Different shit.
Different priority
that's what
lists.
makes us all.
I tried to listen to it, but it was just.
It's like OG soulful. You got the Ninth Wonder beats back, your Percy Miracles back,
It didn't captivate
which is
me.
so fucking important.
Like I'm not gonna
Percy
waste time listening
Miracles?
to a boo boo ass Toby Lou album. So like,
You were
That's-
yeah, he's listening to Toby.
that
He's
wasn't
too busy
it.
listening to
That
that.
episode actually wasn't very good. It was too long. It was way too long. I was like, come on, Toby, what you doing, bro?
I can't
Terrible.
believe you, Santino. I'm actually surprised at this one.
I just, like I said, I tried to, but it was one of those things where it's like,
It is. I will say it's more traditional, like a little dated. Just say it.
It
It's
did
like
feel a
it
little,
doesn't
like-
fit in the current
I
landscape.
just kept going back to Maxwell Green. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, it depends
I-
on your mood, right?
Yeah, the Baby King, I kept, you know.
Baby King, orange soda. Like, that shit's
bro.
fire. Not gonna lie.
That shit, that's hard.
we'll get
Yo,
into,
that album's actually
We'll-
fire
we'll-
too.
we'll
talk
get
about that
we'll get into Baby King. We'll get into Baby.
We'll get into Baby King later. That's my fucking guy. We'll get into Baby King
Shout out
later.
to the baby too, because I actually
Oh,
did
the
like
baby.
Kirk. That shit was
He
fire.
did 2 good albums.
He did
this
2
year, or
in 1
last
year.
year.
I'm gonna say
He
I
did
think
too.
with that album, I listened to it and I was like, I didn't really tap in, but I think his visuals for that album actually made me go back and revisit it. His visuals was fire for that album.
Which one?
I'm not mad.
For Kirk.
Oh yeah,
I'm
with
not
the
mad.
bop one and
Yeah,
uh-huh.
like all of his visuals were dope. So I think it kind of made me revisit going back listening to Kirk, and the album's fire. Like,
His energy on stage too, like you could tell he
He's
really
so-
is passionate about it and loves performing.
and I like the
He's
fact that he got London on the beat to make a produce for around his sound, because like the baby has a different sound.
Mhm.
And you know, London is an Atlanta producer, but how he used him or utilized him to make a beat that would follow his like rhyme patterns and flows or whatever, it was pretty creative for him to do that. I thought that was tight, because he still kind of has he has an Atlanta producer on there, but he's from, you know, North Carolina, North Carolina.
North, yeah.
North Carolina,
And he got Chance the Rapper and Gucci Mane on a song. I
right?
was like, that's
so
pretty. I don't know. That was cool.
That's groundbreaking.
That's, you know.
Gucci Mane dropped 30 albums by himself this year.
As he should.
All right,
It's
you can't be
Gucci
mad at
Mane.
Gua.
It's drop
He's
top
a legend.
love, like, come on now.
He's doing it.
Yeah,
All right, let me hurry because I'm
fucking
taking too
wax.
long. Then I had Griselda, WWCD.
I
Same.
don't listen to that either.
That
Is
shit was
good?
actually
Yeah,
fire. I
fire.
was
I
surprised.
heard a
You
lot
was-
of
I
good
think you would
things.
like it.
Did
It's
that-
just straight bars.
Did that
no
drop late in the
hooks.
year?
It's just tight. It's gritty. It's like it's
Rap.
fire, bro.
They have Raekwon on there.
Oh shit.
And I know you fuck with
Yeah,
Wu.
I gotta check that out then.
Yeah, Griselda's album is dope.
See, I've heard a lot of buzz about it. It's just one of those things that I didn't get around to, because it was like, for me, towards the end of the year, once we started coming towards to the end, like I kind of got tapped out in terms of like consuming new music.
I understand.
So, like,
I almost didn't listen to it either, but I was actually happily surprised. I was just like, this is more traditional, like bars, straight bars, like Triumph kind of posse cuts. Like,
oh shit, yeah.
I don't know if I would. Yeah, I guess you could compare their style to Wu-Tang because they're just gritty. They're like on some horrorcore kind of shit.
Oh shit.
I wouldn't say horrorcore.
Yeah, not horrorcore, but like violent.
It's just like New York.
Shit.
I was gonna say it's just like New York gritty, like shit.
Street
They just
rap.
kind of like somehow flipped it to. I feel like their aesthetic on how they package everything. They like made that contemporary or like modern.
And they got their video directed by Hype Williams.
That's what I'm
Actually
saying.
sick.
Like,
Oh shit.
but like,
Yeah.
so you got the music that's like gritty, but their visuals and just how they package everything, like, is just like it's modern.
Modern.
So you kind of have to like fuck with it.
Relevant.
I think you'd like it. And then Lil Sims.
Yeah.
I knew Vic was gonna be happy for that, but I was
Cosign.
actually really
Cosign.
happily surprised. Like that intro, like the first few tracks are just so soulful, like on some 70s shit. It sounds like you'd be in a movie score or like some Shaft kind of shit or something. And then Venom, she just goes fucking dumb. Her flow is crazy. I
She
love
was
the
spitting on that
strings
shit.
on that.
That's
She
crazy.
can fucking
She's
spit,
so
dude. She's sick.
talented.
But yeah, I think that's it. I have so many honorable mentions.
Just go through the list real
Yeah,
quick.
just shoot 'em off real
When
quick.
I
Shoot 'em
get
off.
home, you already know I fuck with that. That's not even hip hop, but I just have to
That's
give it a shout out
okay.
because it's my number one on
We
Spotify.
appreciate all
Fucking
music.
Solange.
That was your number one?
It
Oh, yeah.
was.
Okay.
It made your
Well,
top
that's
5 the last time.
It
What happened? Why did
did.
what knocked it out?
It didn't knock out. It's still here. I
know,
just.
but it's
It's
not.
an
It's not a part of the
honorable
top
mention
10.
now?
What made
I
it move
mean,
down
no, I
to
just
honorable
listened to
mention?
it.
I didn't put all
It's
mine
not.
from
Honorable
last
mentions
time.
start here.
Solange makes
Rhapsody's
Solange makes
2
like
Chainz Rapper Go to the League. The Baby,
She's
which I
already
said.
moved
Baby
Blood
on
Orange,
Baby.
Angels Pulse, which isn't hip hop.
Let her move
Lux
on.
Prima, which isn't hip hop, and fucking Crumb Jinx, which isn't hip hop.
Ooh.
But I
Solange.
fucked with those.
Solange's album sounds like music I would listen to when I'm on the toilet.
Why do you listen to soothing, amazing, magical
hate it.
albums on the toilet? You ain't shit. Anyway,
Hot take.
I tried. I tried to keep a straight face.
that shit is so fire. You just have to be like in the moment, and it's so scintillating. The production is
All right, Tino,
fabulous.
tell us your albums, bro.
Did you say scintillating?
I said
You're the one
scintillating.
who said lush,
The
Santino.
scintillating synthesizers. Okay, I'm out.
Didn't you
Bye.
already take the SAT? Why are you using words like that?
I like scintillating.
Give
What
us
does that
your
even
list,
mean?
Santino.
It's like
Give us your
word of
list.
the day.
Radiant,
Scintillating.
bright.
We're not
like,
here for dictionary definitions.
amazing.
Okay, so my top 10. Number 1. Actually, I'll start at number 10.
This is exciting.
Number
build-up.
10 was actually the Queen and Slim
Soundtrack?
score. The Queen and Slim score by Devontae Hines, aka Blood Orange. He
Yeah, he
composed the entirety, like all the.
Oh, he
music
composed
on
that.
That's
Yeah, he
nice.
That
composed
is
all that music and that
fire.
shit. Like
I didn't realize that.
I was listening to it regularly. It was mad soothing. It was beautiful. Like every time I listened to it, it just felt like my life was automatically important progression in the B plot of a movie.
Did you watch it?
I
Shout
haven't
out
seen it yet.
Vince. Vince Staples is on there.
I heard it was
buddy.
mid.
It was very mid. in
I
my
heard it was
opinion.
mid. I
I
heard
was
it was
like,
mid.
this is so unbelievable. It was far fetched. They were doing stupid ass shit. I was getting mad the whole time.
Aw.
It was
I haven't seen it.
just stick to like 1967 Bonnie and Clyde and like true romance shit. If
Did
you
they,
want to see stuff
did they
like
try
that.
too hard?
Yeah. And they tried it, they brought it to like social awareness, which I appreciated, but it was just a little bit too extreme and just.
It got to the
It
point
was
where it was
too
like
fucking, like,
unrealistic.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That's what I was told. So, number 9 was Zoo by Denzel
Oh,
Curry.
that's a good album.
I heard
Yeah.
it.
I
Shut
love
Up,
that
Miami.
album because like again, it was another maturation of an artist that I've been following for a minute from when he was fucking with Space Ghost Perp and the whole Raider Clan movement and stuff like that. And he dropped Nostalgia 64, 32 Zound Planet Shrooms, the Imperial tape. And it was cool to see him go from like this hooting and hollering kind of music to him like actually spitting, and now he isn't just yelling on the microphone the entire time. Cause that was like that was like his appeal before. Is like, yo, he aggressive and he spitting bars, but now he's like, he does both. Like he has a medium. Even with his last album, Taboo, is like
He's actually making good music.
yeah. Now he's like
It's,
just
like,
making like good
crafted
rap songs and
more
stuff
than-
like that. And that whole album is just so well structured. Each track weaves so well between one another. And I don't know. I feel like it was also like a good ode to Florida as well, his hometown. So that was a good album. That was number 9. Number 8 would have to be Still by Clear Soul Forces. I don't know if y'all listen. Did you listen to that? Y'all listen to that? Y'all listen?
I did not.
I did.
listen to that.
Detroit rap collective, 4 people. And they're just like, it's like some old school shit. Like there's no like real hooks or anything like that. They're just spitting the entire time. It's like
Griselda.
it's a 10-piece. And what's even cool about it is they're a bunch of nerds. So they'll make Zelda references, they'll make like Voltron references and stuff like that. Just like a bunch of like nerdy references in their rapping, and they're spitting the entire time. Very old school centric, very posse cut the entire thing, and I liked it for that reason specifically.
Check it out.
My other favorite number 7.
I'm losing
Got a
track
number
myself.
your list.
Wait.
Got a number.
Number 7 was Force for Good by Ryan Porter. This is actually a jazz album, and he plays trumpet for Kamasi Washington,
Oh, sick.
and he went off and made his own jazz album, and it was really good. It was very fresh, in my opinion. Everything was new. I haven't heard anything like it before, and it was just really good jazz music. I feel like there's so much jazz music that is just like the same shit. That's just like so uninspired a lot of the times. It was nice to hear something new and also pleasing to the ear. I enjoyed it a lot. Y'all should check it out. Number 6.
Andrea will keep track.
All My Heroes Are Cornballs, JPEG Mafia, of course. It was again it was a good album.
You have to listen to it, guys.
It was a good
No,
album.
yeah, I'll
It was a
listen to it.
maturation of
Put
an
it in the
artist
queue.
again from making this like noisecore hip hop that you would only find that you would think you'd only find on like the deepest corners of SoundCloud or something like that, to having such glitzy production with just like the most gorgeous chords you might ever hear on some of these songs, and not only that, but he's like also spitting over a lot of these gorgeous chords, which like makes no sense. He's really like breaking barriers in terms of like what people think you should and shouldn't do when it comes to hip hop beats. And it was also cool because he did like a little singing on there. There's like a lot of goofy personality moments in there as well. Like he did a cover. It was only like 30 seconds, but he did a cover to Scrubs by TLC. That shit
Okay.
was hilarious.
No pigeons forever. 40 Thieves. Shout out to Sporty Thieves.
Shout out 40 Thieves.
Just because I wanted to shout them.
Number, is that 5?
4. It was. I fucking lost
just
it.
say
Okay,
it.
next
It's
next
fine.
is Bandana by Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
Gang.
We already went over that. It's a
Gang.
good album I don't think I need to reiterate
No.
anything. Igor by Tyler the Creator. It was just a great album all around. There's not a track on there that I don't like. It was sequenced very well. It was amazing to listen to. And I feel like this was the album that Tyler always wanted to make, because I feel like he finally got to that status of like, okay, because you can hear some of what he was doing on Igor and Flower Boy just like sprinkled here and there, but he knew like that was too weird to like put something out like that first. So he teased the world with it a little bit, and then he just went all out with Igor, and that shit was just.
I feel
It
like
was
he
just-
did a Kanye kind of move, like when he wanted to be experimental, but first he did My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which he knew everybody would fuck with,
yeah, would
and
fuck
then
with.
he did 808s, and it was just like, what the fuck?
No, exactly. That's
And he just was able to do that same like kind
I
of.
feel
rap.
like he was just actually happy for once.
For once, T's happy. What do you mean?
I mean, like,
Like satisfied with
you
his
can hear
art.
sometimes like artists that, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like with anybody who's creative, you can just kind of see when they're happy or not happy. And I feel like this album was his happy album. Like Flower
It's
Boy.
a sad ass album. What are you talking
No,
about?
but like the chords aren't sad to me. Like the production on there isn't sad. It's more so like it feels good. Like you could play that in the summertime with the drop top. Like
and
Flower
that's-
Boy is a happy album.
and
happier than
I-
Igor. to
And
me.
that's another reason why I liked it too, because there was this very perfect contrast of like heartbreak, but I also want to dance to it.
Right.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
first part is like, oh, shit is gonna be like.
Because if he strays away from
little
anything
disco.
too far of like, that's what he came up on was like aggressive. Like he can't stray too far away from it. He has to keep that element always within his music. But like I said, I just feel like he's happier now.
He's like,
I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
But hey, I wouldn't know if she hangs out with Tyler, not
Shut
me.
They're friends. They be FaceTiming and shit.
No, we don't.
don't start.
Just see him
Hot
around,
take.
and he's really
Gonna
cool
be on
vibe.
TMZ. Number 3 would be Mirrorland by Earth Gang.
Oh yes. Did you go see them at the Fonda? I feel like you would have for sure been there.
I wish.
Didn't
I
Mick
heard that
Jenkins
album
open?
too.
I really wanted to go.
Mick Jenkins.
Shut up, Mick
I
Jenkins.
really
I
wanted
don't know
to
about
go.
that new album. Okay, though that's for later.
That's
talk.
for.
I haven't even listened. He dropped
That's
a
for
new album?
June. EP. It's like
the
6
hell?
tracks.
She texted the group chat once again.
I
you
was
don't
gone for
reply.
a week and a half.
He was in Saudi Arabia.
I was in the countryside, in Mexico.
Oh,
No
my
cell phone
goodness.
tower for miles. No
Okay.
internet.
Hate to hear it.
He was out there with
go
El
ahead.
Mencho.
We
I
need
lived
to keep
off the
going.
land. I picked guayabas from a tree to eat them.
And go to
That's
the next
exciting.
album, real.
So Mirrorland, Earth Gang. I've been rooting for Earth Gang for a while now. They're just dope. I love the way they mix melodies and what they're rapping. And to me, this would have been like a perfect album. But like towards Swivel was just so goddamn boring.
Yo, I was gonna say the first, it was very
Bro,
promising,
the
and then it got
whole-
kind of like.
The whole
I
like
don't even think I finished that album.
That's
Because I
exactly
think
what
I
I'm
just
saying.
kind of.
The
there was
end
a-
started getting
There were
like-
some good moments,
that
and then I
was-
just kind of like.
that was like such a beautiful progression. It went La 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 Challenge, up.
It was going up.
This side, no, not this side. Top down, and then it went Bank, and then this
Going
side,
track by track.
and
now.
then they hit Swivel, and I was like, this shit is boring as hell. And I realized when I was listening to it, that song killed the whole album sequencing.
Tell
Because
us.
because
Could have had you in the studio.
because I listened to it and I skipped that song, and I was like, I'm not as fatigued as I usually am listening to this album.
Fatigue.
Just stop at Swivel. Perfect album.
And then the last 4 songs were just repetitive. It was like the same content, the same everything. I was like, all right, y'all could have cut like 2 of these songs, and it would have just been. But it was great. They were rapping. They were building incredible melodies. I loved the production all over it. Olu, bodied. Dr. Dot, bodied. I love them. I've been following them for a minute. I'm probably a little biased, but whatever.
Earth Gang.
Earth Gang.
Okay.
And then number 2, You Know What I'm Saying by Danny Brown.
Yay,
Talked
we
about that.
agree. We agree on like 3. That's pretty tight.
We talked about that one for a bit. And then number 1, actually, I just kept going back to this album because it was a lot of fun. It was very youthful. It was very energetic. It was just music for the time, honestly. And it was just really for me, it was encapsulating a lot of like what was going on in 2019. It was very in the moment, made me want to go do shit. And that's The Recipe by Villain Park.
The Recipe by Villain Park. A solid
You
choice.
know, they did a great job.
It was a
with
really
that.
good album.
They did very
And
The
well.
album
was.
was fire.
Solid album.
And if y'all haven't listened to the interview, go check it out.
Shout
Yeah,
out VP.
Had them in
Go check
here.
it out. We
3
did an interview with them 3 episodes ago. Great album. Been following these kids for a minute, and they're just some dogs at this rap
And really
shit.
humble
Like,
dudes, too.
They don't fucking
Yeah,
play.
just
It is
They don't play.
genuine
These-
guys.
These guys eat tracks. Like,
Love.
goddamn. Shout out.
They're
Villain
so
Park.
good live.
They're so.
I still got to
That's
see
live.
them.
Their
I still got to
energy.
see them
You haven't
live.
seen them live?
No.
How have
He
like
wasn't
we
here
seen
again.
them more than? I feel
I
like
was
I've seen
gone
them
for
like
a
3
long
times.
time.
No, I haven't seen them
Now
3
she's
times.
just flexing. She's like, I seen him
All right,
3
bitch.
times.
All right. Oh, wait,
No,
let me-
you
I-
should definitely go see them.
I got a couple honorable mentions I want to get off to shout out
Mhm.
some people. So shout out to Baby Keem.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Die for My Bitch. That was
Yes,
such a good.
sir.
That was such a good album.
Yes, sir.
And just to see where he's at now and how young he is, because I've been listening to him since Hearts and Darts and that Baby Keem song. As soon as I heard the song Baby Keem by Baby Keem, I was
It's a rap.
I was
Wow.
like, yo, he said, fuck you me, bitch, I'm Baby Keem. 2 phone gave Baby Keem. Fuck me if you want. Yes, I like you, girl. I ain't trying to front like it was
Once
it was
again.
just so much personality.
It's not an OC show
So
without the
much-
bars.
No, you gotta have a rap performance.
Rockstar P is my
Yeah,
shit.
Tony's laughing. I wouldn't be surprised. if
I
he
start
said,
waving.
just
So Baby Keem, Anger Management by Rico Nasty. I talked about that.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
you like
We've been talking about that.
Sub Nose by Grip. The Doves by Ed Balloon and Lux Primo by Carano.
Shout out to me for telling
Yeah.
me about that
Oh.
album.
She
because
actually
that
put me
shit-
onto that album,
And
and that's-
Danger Mouse.
What
That's-
homies are
amazing.
for.
That shit is it's such a good fucking album. Like
It was. That's why I saw. Oh, I
Like,
saw it live, and it was.
I was jealous because I didn't get onto the album until like super late because all I heard was
so good.
she was just
I
talking
was
about it nonstop. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. I guess some bullshit.
No, and
it
the
was
installation, that shit
super
was
fucking
phenomenal.
Good.
They did an installation too at the Marciano Gallery, and it was just like this rock, but it shined like all these different lights shined on it. It looked like it was raining. It looked so fucking magical. If I was like someone who got high, that would have been like a next level existential experience.
Sounds like
That
some
should
whack
change
ass
my-
art, to be honest.
Leonardo DiCaprio was there.
So
What?
he was
Yeah,
there.
I saw him that day. I was like,
That's how I know it was whack. There was a movie star there.
Bitch, no, that was so fucking good. It was pretty much one of the best things I've ever seen.
It would have been cool if
Wow.
Orlando Brown was there, but
Orlando Brown.
So,
Why?
what about Ron Brown?
Have y'all been listening to his music?
No.
That man can fucking rap.
No,
Oh my god.
I
yo.
refuse. It's
Orlando-
like Antonio
Yeah,
Brown.
I'd rather. I'm only. That's sticky to me. It's always gonna be sticky from Proud Family.
Drawlix appreciated that.
Oh man.
John-
Sticky.
He was Tiger from Major Pain for me.
All right, let's go
Damon
B12.
Is it my turn?
I love Hillary.
Okay, so I always do a 25 list, like for Christmas time. It's 25 Days of Vicmas, so if you want to see all 25, check that out. But I just took my top 10, so 10, Juvenile and Birdman, Just Another Gangsta. Rike put me on that one.
Birdman hand
It
up.
dropped out of like nowhere, and it
Album
was
I
is
still
fire.
gotta
just,
listen to that.
it's really good.
It's like Drip Too Hard, but with the old heads.
Yeah, it's like very relevant, but very just like bouncy, and I still have a hard time like appreciating Birdman because of what he did to Wayne,
Mm.
but you know,
Mm.
I'm glad that things have calmed down, and I'll salute Birdman for
All
this.
three of
And
y'all.
Juvenile's legend. So, do you want to say anything about that or? Okay, because Rike knows too, I guess. Yeah, number 9, I said Igor. I did like Flower Boy better. Just, I don't know, I think I'm a very words person, and like, just the lyrical content it wasn't shallow or anything, but Flower Boy just like had more layers of lyrics, maybe, that I related to more. But Igor was beautiful, just how it was composed, and the storyline, and I really enjoyed it. 8, I said Rhapsody's Eve. I think she just really delivered with that, and if you saw our Women in Rap episode, we all love Rhapsody. Yeah, she's just such a queen. Like, she just delivers herself, and she just, and I think on this album too, she showed she can have fun, but like she spits the bars, and she had some good features on there. I think she even had Queen Latifah on there. I don't remember, but yeah. And all the names, even all the song titles being named after black women was really powerful, I thought. Just her making that was cool. Number 7, I said IDK, Is He Real? I love IDK. Like, he's been making really quality music for a long time, and just to see him like level up, and this was a conceptual album, but it was also just like layers of, there was reflective stuff, there was hype stuff. He had like Pusha T on there,
I
like
know, I
out of
stopped
nowhere.
I was like doing chores. I was like, wait, I heard Pusha T on the
That
track.
shit had me shook
Ooh.
because he didn't have any of the features listed. So
No,
whenever you heard
yeah,
a new
I
voice,
like
it was just
when-
like,
Uh-huh. And JID was on that same song, and
That's a DMV connect because he's from the DMV.
mhm.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Kevin Durant was
Shout out
at
to
his
Kenna.
little summer party thing. I was like, we're in the
Oh yeah,
same room
the
as
summer
Kevin
party that I
Durant.
didn't even get an invite to. The homie just pulled up.
salty. And
He's the one who never shows up to anything anyway.
That is.
So
That is.
why would we fake the effort? No, I'm just kidding. No, but shout out IDK. He's just really doing his thing, and it's really beautiful. He brought out Isaiah Rashad at his show, and I was jumping up and down, so excited.
That's hard.
I love him too. Number 6, Little Sims, Gray Area. She just really delivered. Yeah, Andrea pretty much covered it, but I think she just really has a special voice, and just her storytelling, and she can talk about love, she can talk about personal hardships, and then yeah, Venom is just so fire. And also Rike put me on Top Boy, the show, and her character is so just like pure and like, I don't know. So she's very talented across many.
Yeah, bruv.
In it, no. Number 5, this guy just got put onto this year, but Y2, he's a Houston artist. He's out here in LA now, but he's really just like kind of experiential. And like, I think in my review I said that there's a lot of like emo rappers, but he kind of has this mature sense about his music. It's just very dark and gritty. He dropped multiple projects, but I put Mixtape Wayne 8 on there, and he's just very like raw, and his wordplay is really sharp, but then he has just like kind of melodic moments. He's just, and I've gotten to be in the studio with him, and he's just like a mastermind how he pieces stuff together. It's just really, he's definitely an artist to just keep an eye on. So shout out Y2. Number 4, 2 Chainz, rapper Go to the League. I think 2 Chainz is like underrated as an artist.
Yes, sir.
Like there's just so many layers to him as a rapper and as a composer of like what he wants to deliver.
All the way down to like how he even markets and packages all of his everything.
Remember his
Like
Christmas
this dude had a blimp. You said what?
His
Christmas.
dabbing
Santa
Santa
dabbing.
Christmas.
He
I
made
mean,
bank off
he
of
threw
that.
himself his own surprise party. He having blimps.
I'ma do that
He had a
shit.
pink trap house. Like 2 Chainz really be doing the
Oh my
coolest-
God! All this for me. All this for me.
The Pink Trap House was at
The Pink
Delicious, but I
Trap
missed
House?
it.
Well, it wasn't the Pink Trap House. It was the Trap House Museum.
Oh yeah,
But similar.
it was in the back, but I missed.
Yeah. My favorite, well, there's a lot of good songs, but I love what he did with NCAA, just like raising awareness about college sports is such a mess, and he kind of did it in a very like creative like way to like raise awareness but make it a fun rap song.
My favorite was
The
I
one
said
that
me- I
sampled,
said me,
yeah,
because he not only sampled Dead Presidents, but he sampled My Favorite Things by the Supremes and flipped that beat and then went into Dead Presidents. And I feel like if you're gonna flip Dead Presidents, you got to do it good. I think he did a great job of flipping that sample. So the album is fire though.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's great. Even he had Kendrick Lamar on the
I love that song.
Mama something. I don't remember the name.
Hit a lick.
Yeah. And he had Lil Wayne on $2 Bill.
Yep.
Rare. That was a fun
That,
song.
that song is fun.
So.
Yeah, that's just fire.
So high, man, air can't bomb enough.
It's just
E40,
so-
by the way,
and
E40 blazed
too.
that track, bro.
E40.
He got
I'm
off
just
on that
obsessed with
song,
Lil
real.
Wayne, but E40 did his thing too.
E40's feature game is stupid.
It
People
Like-
don't
He's
give
so
him
fucking
credit.
smart.
I was
He's a
sitting
top
there like,
G, and that's how he stays
Yo, how's
relevant.
nobody talking about this man's verse? Like he really just bossed up on that whole verse.
He showed up.
I always love to see the old school come together with like the new generation.
He's like the master
He
of that
does.
shit.
Yes,
That shit is
he's
real
always in the mix, so that's cool. And then number 3, I said Crash Talk, cause I just really like it stuck with me,
Same.
and like
Dangerous is
Danger.
still.
Ugh, cause I think what it was floating and then Dangerous.
Yeah, those two.
that
fuck
that
with.
the way they paired those songs just, and then the title track, like he talks about his daughter and like just trying to do his best, and I don't know, like I
think we
get
just really
why
fuck
people.
with Q. I think that's
Shout
what
out
it is.
Schoolboy Q. TF is in 3 of the videos.
Yeah.
Kidding.
He really
But-
did just be like making random ass cameos. That shit is hilarious.
No, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Q was happy. What you were saying about Tyler, I feel like Q liked this album, and it was decent.
I just
like-
always going back to Num Num Juice.
Num Juice is great.
So fucking
Two-door
cool.
coupe hopping out like Jack in the Box. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. This 40's all that. Yo, and then the fucking beat
When
comes
that beat
in.
comes
Oh,
in, that
shit.
bass. Like,
Oh, is that our
yeah, this
time?
bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, here, wait, I'll get through mine. Get up. Oh, and then you can do yours real quick. Number 2, Dave Psychodrama. Crazy album.
That was
So
really
many
good.
layers. Very, like, just an honest look at mental health and, like, but there's some fun songs on there, too. And Dave's only, like, 21. So
And
I'm
he's
so
on Top
excited
Boy.
for him. He's in Top Boy, too. He's crazy. Yeah, that's great.
The
And
British
then
invasion,
I said number 1 is Skepta because
That's dope.
ignorance
That
is
was a great
bliss.
Yeah.
Because I think
Awesome.
it just was what I wanted it to be.
pretty cool.
There was like it was so raw, but then like Bullet from a Gun was just very like melodic and like enchanting, and then there was just a lot of, I don't know, I liked Skepta. And then my honorable mention, because it didn't make the list because it dropped in December, was Stormzy, Heavy as the Head. I like Gang Signs and Prayers better, but shout out Stormzy.
That was actually a good song. I mean, not good song. That was actually a good
Album.
album because I don't like Stormzy. But
You
I,
don't
Well,
like
Gang
Stormzy?
Signs-
Heavy as the head.
I love Heavy as a Head.
That album is
I
fire.
didn't care for
Heat.
Gang Signs and Prayer. I thought that shit was whatever. I
That's
thought
my.
it was very intro to grime, and I was like, all right, bro, whatever. And
Makes me feel basic
this-
all the
but Heavy as a Head is actually, that's a really good album. Did you listen to J Hus album?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck, that's such a great album.
Yeah, that J Hus this year.
It's not.
So go ahead,
so,
Rike.
What?
Yeah, like I guess we could do 10 more minutes.
Yeah, let
And
Rike
then
do
we'll
his
get into
list, and then we'll
yeah.
stop.
Since these bastards took up all the time.
Well, you asked for it. You
Um,
told me to go first. This is what happened.
Hey.
You told me to go first.
Next time we're going opposite.
I'm gonna go 10. I put YG for real,
Mm.
because I felt like it actually could have been a better album if Nip hadn't gotten killed. Because I could just tell his energy wasn't all the way there. But I like the fact that he started going back to like G-Funk sound. So I don't like YG over trap beats and whatnot. But for real, number 9 I had Everything for Sale by Boogie.
Oh, that was a good one.
That album is just fire to me. I thought the production on there was awesome, and Boogie could spit despite his lisp.
Damn.
He makes it work for him.
Exactly, he
Mhm.
makes it work for him. So I think
What was the
that's
other rapper that had the, was it Casey Veggies that had the list too?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
we-
He was a solid album.
His
We
was
didn't mention
good.
him, but it was pretty
Yeah,
solid.
it
Yeah.
was good
Yeah.
for a debut.
I put 2 Chainz Rapper Go to the League. 7 I had Perfect 10 by DJ Mustard.
That was good.
I thought that album was just I thought Mustard did his thing on there, and Ballin' was everywhere. Which kind of I'll get into
Never
Roddy
heard of
Rich
it.
in a second. But number 6 was NBA YoungBoy 2, AI 2. I love NBA YoungBoy, bro. Like, I'm sorry,
You're sorry.
he's just
Own that shit.
love
That's your
love
shit. That's
love
your
NBA YoungBoy, bro, because he don't give a fuck, bro, like at all.
It's good. I love Young Thug.
Alex nods in approval.
I love Young Thug. I love Duke Deuce.
And that's what I was gonna say. So number 5, I'm gonna go Rod Wave, Ghetto Gospel.
I still gotta listen to that. shit.
Um,
I still beat it.
Rod Wave is probably like him and YoungBoy right now. I mean, I feel like with the youth is like, and Roddy Rich, those 3 are like the top guys for the kids right now. But Rod Wave really makes good music. On top of that, between him and Roddy, I feel like Rod really, you can hear the pain in his voice when he is singing, and doing I can't even really call it like, it's like the hip hop auto tune, but his is just better. Like you could really feel his pain in his lyrics. Number 4, I put Die For My Bitch by Baby King. 3, I put So Much Fun by Young Thug.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Um,
I'm surprised you didn't mention it,
Yeah,
Santino.
they're the young thugs, posse over here.
I just want to say, bro, like you don't have to like Thug, but Thug curated a lot of this sound and shit, bro. And So Much Fun is just like, it's awesome, bro. I listened to it the first time and I was like, this is cool. And I was just driving around and it just came on one day and I was like, yo, this shit is actually fire. Like, what I like about Thug is, I mean, he just does what he wants, bro. I feel like none of his albums don't ever really sound the same. He's always kind of figure out ways to just stay creative.
He was like, he really came out in the new generation of like using his voice as the instrument as well.
Right.
Like, at least for the new generation. Like, it's been done before. Like, ODB was on that whole shit as well. But, like, for this newer generation.
Even
like,
early M, I
rap
feel
and
like used to
shit
do
like
that too.
Yeah.
Like early M used to use his voice as an instrument. But yeah, Thug definitely used his voice as an instrument on
that shit
track.
just works so. I be crying, bro. Family don't matter. That shit get me. I'm like, damn, what's poppin'? What's the deal?
Number 2, I put Igor. We already talked about it. And obviously, number 1 is Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being
Obviously.
Obviously,
He
like
loves Roddy.
Think that you're gonna choose
He
that.
loves Roddy.
I love Roddy Ricch, bro. Like I've been following Roddy for
Twitter loves Roddy Ricch. Let me tell you.
for so long. But I think what makes Roddy tight is like if you catch all of his interviews, he's authentic. He's really from LA. But he's able to take Atlanta sound, take LA sound, and make an all new sound with it. And the crazier thing I thought was tight about this album was he sounded like Thug and Future and did that easily just to just show he could do it. And you can catch him, you can see him freestyling. He knows how to rap. Like Roddy is the man, bro. Like I don't really have nothing bad to say about Roddy. His album was mixed by Ali too, by the way. Summer Walker's album was mixed by Ali, was mixed by Ali too.
Cordays was too.
Cordays was. So if you guys go listen to any of those albums, you guys are gonna like hear that those tracks mesh well together just because they all got the same engineer. So those are all my top 10.
Yay! I think that's
very
it, guys.
eclectic as
We're on the
usual.
way out. Final
Any
thoughts?
final?
Sound like Jerry Springer?
I'm not gonna say
You have to
All
say
right.
it now.
nah. I'm good. We can exit out because Tina's gonna give me the pucker look.
Oh, no.
Say it!
No,
Say
you
it.
don't.
Nah, he
Now
won't
say something.
Now I want to hear it.
Say
Nah, it's all good.
What you
Anyways,
gonna
this
say?
has been overly conversated.
Nah, say it. What you gonna say?
Nah, we good. We
Wait,
good.
handles. What's your handles?
Oh, do we have to give our hand?
Yeah, let's
Real
do it.
fast.
We got to. It's the first episode.
Fucking screen.
Childish Santino on Instagram and YK Santino on Twitter. Nah, cause he got something to say and he ain't saying it.
Oh, my
Oh, let's go,
goodness.
Vic.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Lady V, V with 3 eyes. There's a dot on Instagram, but yeah, there you go.
I actually don't have any of my social media. Again, I deleted it again. But
He'll be
Why?
back soon enough.
I'll be back again. It's R33KZ. It's freak. You already know.
Don't freak out if you
And
can't find
at
him.
Andrea the number 3 stacks. Thank you guys
And
for
the show
watching.
is Overly Conversated, or
We're still waiting to get our new studio
Conversated?
back. So that's why we're here, but hey.
That's why you're here too.
All right, man. We'll see y'all.
Stop that.
Santino's throwing up gang signs. Just kidding. Just kidding. Wait, what were you gonna say?
All right.